Good morning.
Okay, so let me make sure I have this right. State moves to use the CDRs for, what's TZ's government name? Joshua Taylor.
They're bringing in CEO TZ.
And the other person, Harry Lockhart, who's also referred to as Ham.
Ham. Let's go.
Harry Lockhart.
Harry, H-A-R-R-Y.
Is Ham PRE
I have no idea.
or,
I don't believe so. I've seen no evidence of that.
so Ham doesn't necessarily have an affiliation here?
Yeah. Yes, you do.
I was asking if Ham had an affiliation with PRE or CMG. No, nobody really knows. Okay, that's
Good question, though, Judge. It's just that his name was on that paperwork. They going in today. They going into the game, to the True Mafia. See, they're not mentioning True Mafia for some odd reason. Cause that's the gang that QUETTE is affiliated with.
okay. So let's take them in reverse just because that's kind of how I looked at them. Ms. Taylor, what's the argument again for the court to allow in the CDRs for Harry Lockhart, also known as T?
You're right. He was referenced in, well, his name was brought up as having communication with one of the co-conspirators, in
Which one?
Justin Johnson.
His name was brought up in text messages or?
No, his name was brought up in Browning's testimony on yesterday.
Okay, as what? I mean,
As having, this was.
Trying to take our woo,
This
paper
was
route
on
woo.
July 27th. It was in reference to Justin texting him about talking to Jook, and it's also, I believe, relevant as to the text messages that defense has brought in referencing his name. They indicated that Justin was doing, not Justin, I'm sorry, Joshua Taylor, Harry Lockhart, I'm sorry, all the names are starting to be confusing. Harry Lockhart was talking, or was referenced in some of Justin's text messages in regards to maybe Justin doing outside.
Baker, Terrence
outside
Baker.
conspiracy.
Get it together, people. Terrence Baker, paper route woo. Are y'all paying
you
attention?
said specifically on July 27th,
Yes.
as we were going through text messages on yesterday.
No, he was brought up.
Yes.
Browning's testimony
Right.
in regards to July 27th.
So what I'm saying is that did we not see text messages yesterday from July 27th?
Yes.
Just from Justin Johnson.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about, so we're talking about Justin Johnson's communications with Harry Lockhart.
Yes.
On yesterday is how Harry Lockhart became relevant. And it's also referenced in Justin Johnson's text message to, I think, another individual
About Harry Lockhart.
about Harry Lockhart.
Okay, so my question to you is.
Trying to take our paper route
He
woo.
was testifying yesterday going through his PowerPoint.
Oh my God.
Was Harry Lockhart mentioned on the 27th? Did you,
Yes.
because you referenced the 27th?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And you think it's relevant now, because I'm sure that's what your argument is going to be. I didn't necessarily get that from you. Is that, is your argument? that it's
They
not
both were
relevant?
saying the same thing,
Yes, Your
Joe.
Honor, just like yesterday, it's just a passing reference in the text. There's no communication that we introduced to
Right.
him, and you suppressed that yesterday because that's the
Well,
whole point.
I got that, and I agree with what I just read, that it is just passing here. Ms. Taylor just brought up another argument, but that it was brought up in Sergeant Browning's testimony yesterday, that there were conversations
About
on
trying to
text
take our
message,
paper route woo.
from Justin Johnson to Harry Lockhart, that she says is relevant because Harry Lockhart's name came up yesterday.
Right, it was on direct. They brought it up. It just happens to be a passing thing on cross that we're doing a text message. You can white it out for all I care. I didn't need his name in there. I'm just giving you the text message because Justin Johnson was talking to somebody else, and he says, oh, Ham's there too. That's essentially all that is to it. It wasn't relevant and direct when they talked about it yesterday. We didn't bring it up. We didn't emphasize it. We didn't do anything. I don't even know what Ham has to do with the price of tea in China.
But it's now in the text messages that you've entered.
His name,
That's to
they
say that you highlighted some text messages, okay? That says that you're making the argument that Justin Johnson was having individual conversations outside of Govan, Mr. Govan, about other issues, about
I'm not,
whatever they were talking about.
I'm not highlighting.
No,
On direct.
you're highlighting.
Well, it's in there, but
Yeah.
on direct, they brought it up, that Justin
And
Johnson.
I understand, but you've now highlighted it, and so, Ms. Taylor, what's your response that it's not relevant here?
Well,
That it can be whited out as far as he's concerned.
Throw it on
Now
out.
they want it whited out. They didn't do that yesterday, and they could have done that then. But also, Your Honor, I would further state that there are communications between Mr. Govan and Mr. Lockhart during the time of this conspiracy. which I think is relevant. And if they're gonna bring it up that Justin, may have been doing some outside things, it's important for the jury to also know that Mr. Lockhart had communications with Mr. Govan.
Judge, they brought up the communication between Justin Johnson and him. They brought it up in their text message. It was already there. So when I'm crossing in with some of these other text messages, that guy's name is referenced. We didn't bring any other specific text messages between him and Justin Johnson. They brought it up. It wasn't relevant to them yesterday when we went through a very lengthy direct examination. It's one of their slides out there that says Justin Johnson talked to him.
About trying to take out pre.
I didn't even ask to name him. I just read the text message like you instructed me to go and admitted this stuff. It has nothing to do with anything as far as that goes. They brought it up. And I'm just responding to that. It wasn't relevant in direct examination, but now it's relevant.
Because you add names.
I reiterated that, the call records, they aren't coming in through another witness. These are self-authenticating documents that I feel are relevant to this trial, specifically to Mr. Govan. If their argument is going to be, which they asserted several times yesterday,
Good morning.
that Justin Johnson was going outside this and he was talking about Ham and referencing Ham and sending information about Juk to Ham. It's also relevant that Ham, or Mr. Lockhart, has communications with Govan. It's not outside of the scope of the conspiracy.
They're conflating the issues. They brought up the fact that Justin Johnson was talking to him on direct examination.
You may brought up the fact.
outside the conspiracy.
No, sir, you brought up the fact.
Don't have any communication with him. It's through somebody else. If they want to bring in the TZ stuff, I agree. But I put in a text between Justin Johnson and TZ. Got it. It's the same argument we went through yesterday on chat. They brought up the text. Now she's making it seem like we somehow manufactured something out there. They brought up the text. Indirect, that Ham communicated with Justin Johnson.
And I was under the impression that Ham was mentioned, and I'm looking at Exhibit 26.
Trying to take out paper
Ham
Raoul.
was mentioned in this text message from Justin Johnson to TZ, Joshua Taylor.
You got to bring up Ham. They're trying to take out
I'm going to exclude that.
PRE.
As to Harry Lockhart, also known as Ham. You cannot use those.
We have no objection to the TZ one, Your Honor, based on the argument.
Alright. So you can use the Joshua Taylor CDR. Thank you.
So he taking out Teasy. Because if you bring up that, because the point is they was trying to take out paper route Woo. And I don't know why the state didn't mention that. Because they don't understand what's going on.
Anything else?
Mr. Govan,
Say it again.
Nothing for Mr. Govan.
They have totally left out True Mafia. Hey, Nova. Nova.
All right, you ready to bring in the jury?
As peace.
Yes, Your
Honor. Is your medical examiner here?
Yes, sir.
Good morning,
We'll
Tamala.
put that, let's get the medical examiner on here, and then we'll put that.
Medical examiner.
Your finish notice is now short.
I don't know why they're not mentioning Chula Mafia, y'all. Then they will understand the connection and the communication with
She probably got trash can over there, too.
the 3 gangs involved, not just 2. Then they would understand the prior beef between Chula Mafia and PRE. Why he pissed? He pissed about something, y'all. Somebody in court. He pissed about. He pissed about something, y'all. Well, he mad about something. What you scared for? Who done fell up in there, y'all? Don't get scared now. Hey, Jackie. Jackie. Hey, Rap Snacks. Hey. Habits and Not Goes. Janet. Stop playing. Chelsea. I'm sorry, but the prosecutor and the VP are equally incompetent. We don't know what they suppressed. See, he probably them 3 days. He probably had that suppressed. He don't want. That's why he covered that tattoo on his face.
Good morning.
Covering his hands.
Before we call our next witness, you should know that Sergeant Browning was excused, yesterday without any further. Call your next witness.
The state calls Dr. Juliet Skimelberry.
He covering that hand, y'all, that got Trula on it.
Stand right here, ma'am. Face you on her, raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
Have a seat. Thank you for your presence this morning.
Yeah, that's the only reason I can think of. They don't want the jury to know that he's a part of that gang, so they suppress that information.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you state and spell your name for the record?
My name is Dr. Juliet Skimelberry, Juliette. Skimelberry, Scantlebury.
And where are you employed?
At University of Tennessee, at a West Tennessee Regional Forensic Center.
And what's your position?
I'm an assistant medical examiner,
How long have you been in that position?
6 years.
And what does your job consist of?
My job consists of performing medical legal autopsies to determine cause and manner of death in certain cases in this jurisdiction.
I want to talk a little bit about your background. Could you tell the jury about your education?
Yes. So I completed a Bachelor of Science in Biology at Howard University. Then I completed my medical degree at Howard University College of Medicine. My anatomic and clinical pathology residency was at Washington University in St. Louis. And then my last training was in forensic pathology fellowship at St. Louis University.
And are you board certified?
I am.
And are you a licensed physician in Tennessee?
I am.
And could you tell the jury what is forensic pathology?
So forensic pathology is a specialized branch of medicine that examines deceased persons to determine the cause and manner of death in a medical legal approach.
So what does a forensic pathologist do?
So a forensic pathologist performs autopsies based on the jurisdiction that they're working in to determine the cause and manner of death for certain types of cases that are under our purview.
And what exactly is an autopsy?
So an autopsy is an extensive examination of a deceased person, have an external examination and an internal examination of the body. So you look at everything from hair color, eye color, their body habitus, see if they have any scars, tattoos, that's external examination. And then the internal examination, depending on the level of autopsy, we'll look at all body cavities, we'll weigh all organs, we'll see if there's any fluid or any evidence of disease in any organs. And we also went ahead and look at the brain and take certain fluids to be able to test to determine by toxicology or histology to determine, and with all that together, we determine what most likely caused the death for a person if we do an autopsy.
So Dr. Scantleberry, are there different stages of an autopsy?
Yes.
And what are those stages?
Okay. It starts from the investigation. So an investigator will give us some information, and the information we get from the investigator determine what type of autopsy we need to do. And if they're determined that a full autopsy needs to be performed, we might need x-rays, we do that first. Someone will help take all the clothing off, if there are any, take necessary pictures, necessary measurements of the body, the height, weight, and any other identifying characteristics on the body, and then move on to the internal part, and that's where we'll make an incision to open up the body cavity to see the internal cavity and see all the organs and any changes that might have happened that might be related to death or otherwise.
And have you performed an autopsy before?
I have.
About how many would you say?
Over 2,000, I stopped counting after that.
So could you explain to the jury, what does cause of death mean?
So cause of death is the immediate reason that led to a person's death. So it may have different ways of saying, so if it's natural, it will be what medical disease led to the person's death, or if there's any kind of injury that caused the person to no longer be alive.
And is that different from manner of death?
Yes.
How is it different?
So manner of death is the classification of that type of death it was. So it will be how you would want to classify the death. So there are 5 manners of death in this jurisdiction. It may vary in places, but here is natural, accident, suicide, homicide, and undetermined.
And have you ever testified about your findings from an autopsy you did?
Yes.
And have you ever been qualified as an expert witness in the area of forensic pathology?
I have.
And have you been qualified in the courts of this county and other counties?
I have.
Where have you been qualified before?
Illinois, Missouri, and Tennessee.
Your Honor, I tendered Dr. Scantleberry as an expert in forensic pathology and asked that she be allowed to state her opinions as to a reasonable degree of certainty, medical certainty.
No objection.
The court will, find that Dr. Scantleberry, is an expert in the area of forensic pathology, therefore she can testify as to how many of the opinions as well.
Thank you. Dr. Scantleberry, I want to ask you about a specific autopsy. Did you perform an autopsy for an ADOLPH Jr.?
I did.
Okay. And do you recall when this autopsy was performed?
Yes.
When was it performed?
November 18, 2021.
Okay. And during the course of conducting this autopsy, did you also take pictures of Mr. Thornton's body?
Pictures were taken.
Okay.
No objection, David.
Okay. passing you a few of the pictures from this autopsy. Dr. Scantlebury, do you recognize the photographs we just handed you?
I do.
Okay. And do they accurately depict the victim and the evidence during the autopsy?
They do.
Okay. Your Honor, I would like to have these photos of the autopsy entered into evidence and marked as the next number exhibit.
Well, she needs to testify about what they are.
If we could enter them as a collective exhibit,
Well, that's fine, but she still, for the record, we need to know what they are. She needs to testify to each of them individually.
okay.
I mean, you don't have to publish them, that makes me no difference, but she needs to tell us what each one of them is.
Dr. Scantlebury, if you would look at that first picture, what is shown in that first picture?
So this first picture shows the Mr. Thornton on the right side of his body, some of his head and his right shoulder, and it shows some gunshot wounds of his right jaw, right neck, and right shoulder.
What about the second picture?
This is a shot of his right upper extremity of gunshot wounds of the right forearm, so here and here.
What about the third picture?
This is another shot of the right side of his body, mostly with the right arm, and it shows his right hand, and there's a gunshot wound of his right wrist, and it shows another gunshot wound of his right forearm.
And as to the fourth picture,
This shows some other gunshot wounds of his left upper extremity.
and the fifth picture.
So this picture shows the back of Mr. Thornton's body, and you can see both arms and his back, and you can see the majority of the gunshot wounds of the back, and you can also see some gunshot wounds of his upper extremities.
And the sixth picture,
This is another picture showing the same thing, but it was taken from the left side of the body, showing gunshot wounds of the back and upper extremities.
and the seventh picture,
This is a closer view of the gunshot wounds
That
of
makes
the
no
left,
sense.
of the back from the left side of the body.
and the eighth picture,
This is an overall view of the bullet fragments that were recovered from the right jaw from Mr. Thornton.
and the ninth picture,
Hi,
These are
Margarita.
bullet fragments from the torso from Mr. Thornton, pictures of bullet fragments.
and the 10th photo,
This is a remote, shows a picture of the remote bullet from the left thigh.
and the 11th,
This is a remote bullet from the right lobe of the liver.
and the 12th,
This is a bullet core fragment from the right chest.
the 13th,
This is a bullet from the lower mid-back.
the 14th,
And this is a remote bullet from the right buttock.
Your Honor, we'd like to have these photos of the autopsy entered as a collective exhibit.
No objection to any.
We're gonna make this a collective exhibit. Pages. The first 7 pages are multiple pictures of Mr. Thornton's body with multiple gunshot wounds. The next 7 are pictures of the fragments that were removed from different parts of his body. We'll mark this as collective exhibit 31.
May we have permission to publish?
Yes.
Ms. Scantleberry, we're gonna start with the first photo that you viewed. Could you tell us what is seen in this photo?
Hey, Big Pink.
So in this photo, you can see the right side of Mr. Thornton's body. That rectangular object is the case placard with the case number associated with this case. Can be seen. This will help you attach that photo to that particular case. And you can also use the scale for the wounds or anything you need to measure on the body. So on the right side of the body, you see those defects in his right jaw and right neck. Those are gunshot wounds of his right neck and right jaw. And then there's some gunshot-related injuries of the right shoulder.
Did you have any specific findings as to this injury?
Yes.
What were those findings?
So the injuries of the right jaw and the right neck cause injury to the tongue and skeletal muscle and the right mandible, which is the lower part of your jaw. Those were injured.
Moving on to the second photo that you used. What is shown in this photo?
This is the photo of his right arm. So to the right of the image, that is his right arm. And most of what you can see is right forearm. And this is the front side of it, the anterior portion. You can see those two large defects are gunshot wounds.
Were there exit wounds on this part of his body?
Not that one. Those are kind of graze or tangential wounds.
Moving on to the third picture. And what is shown? What is shown in this picture?
This is a photo of the right side of the body, and you can see a gunshot wound in the right wrist. And another defect a little earlier, smaller defect.
Moving on to the fourth picture. Could you tell the jury what we see in this photo?
So this is a photo of Mr. Thornton's left forearm, and it shows a gunshot wound and some gunshot-related injuries of the left forearm.
Moving on to the fifth photo. What do we see in this photo?
So this is the backward view of Mr. Thornton. His head is to the right and his feet are to the left of the
Hey,
photo.
James.
And you can see his arms, you can see some of the same gunshot wounds you saw in previous photos, but on the back view, you can see the overall view of the gunshot wounds of the back.
Okay. And moving on to the sixth photo.
This is similar, but from the left approach of the body, you can see its overall view of the gunshot wounds of the left, of the back.
And the seventh photo that you viewed?
This is a closer view of the gunshot wounds of the back from the left side of the body.
Okay. So in total, how many gunshot entrance wounds were there on Mr. Thornton?
Definitive gunshot entrance wounds, 20.
And were there any exit wounds?
Definitive exits, 4.
Okay. And moving on to the eighth photo. What do we see in this photo?
So these are bullet fragments of the right jaw. These are all the larger fragments that were able to be recovered from those wounds that you saw in the right neck and jaw.
And that was from the first photo that we viewed?
Yes.
Okay. The ninth photo?
These are fragments recovered from the torso.
Okay. And the 10th?
This is a remote bullet from the left thigh.
All right, and the 11th photo?
This is a remote bullet from the right
Wow.
lower liver.
Okay. And the 12th photo?
This is a bullet core fragment recovered from the right chest.
And the 13th photo?
This is a bullet from the lower mid-back.
And the 14th photo, what do you see here?
This is the underside of a bullet base that was remote, that was recovered from the right buttock.
Can you describe to the jury, what is a remote bullet?
So,
From Kansas City to the capital city, Washburn University will surprise you. Public, prestigious.
what remote means is a bullet that is related to a previous injury, a previous shooting, not the shooting that led to their death. In this case, it's happened before.
Okay. And how many, or do you recall how many remote bullets you might have found?
There were 3.
Okay. So, Dr. Scantlebury, within a reasonable degree of medical certainty, did you render an opinion as to Mr. Thornton's cause of death?
I did.
And what was that opinion?
Gunshot wounds of the head, neck, and torso.
And did you render an opinion as to the manner of death?
I did.
And what was that opinion?
Homicide.
Your Honor, I will pass the witness.
No questions, Your Honor. Thank you, Dr. Scantlebury.
Thank you, Doctor.
Full justice for Dolph, y'all. This is just, ooh wee.
Call your next witness.
That is the state's proof, with the exception of the,
Go ahead and read that.
With the exception of what?
is this something that you wanted us to read into?
With the exception of what?
Just the stipulate?
Oh, that wasn't a stipulation.
No, it was,
Your Honor, I'll stipulate to the phone record. No problem.
Has it already, did we already put it in?
No.
We talked about it. We haven't put it in the evidence. So ladies and gentlemen, there are, when you go back to deliberate, you will have everything that's been entered as an exhibit. There are at least 2 documents or 2 exhibits that you haven't necessarily heard specific proof about. They are called, what you might have heard is CDRs, called detail records. The law will allow certain records to be entered into evidence without testimony
It is so
about them.
sad.
And so that's what Ms. Taylor is getting ready to enter into evidence now. It's been refined by the state, and there was one that was entered yesterday also. So you'll have a few things that you can review, but you haven't necessarily heard testimony about.
attached is the self-authenticating document and flash.
Now, this is, self-authenticating document for phone number 901-283-3878. From T-Mobile, attested to by, a Joe Rico. Also, I have here is a zip drive, a blue zip drive that has Joshua Taylor's name on the outside of the envelope, and it has CDR. So these are the call detail records for one Joshua Taylor. Let's enter this as collective exhibit 32. So Ms. Taylor, do you officially want to rest or
That is the state's proof.
thank you? Ladies and gentlemen, we need to take a brief break. We're coming back in just a few minutes. I haven't heard all the proof. Continue to do what I know you've been doing, which is not talking about this case. So let's assume
Hey,
you got some
Dante.
legal things to take care of, and we'll call you back in just a few minutes. have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor, moving for a directed verdict, understanding that Mr. Cornelius is giving some statements that he was warned to do it. I
What?
don't know if that rises to the level of a conspiracy or agreement amongst the parties. It was very inconsistent as far as that goes. Secondly, there's been no mention of how Justin Johnson is part of the conspiracy at all whatsoever. I understand it only takes two to tango, but I just don't see where the proof adds up to the conspiracy, and certainly not to the first degree murder charge in count two based on the evidence that you've got.
Your Honor, the court is to view the evidence in the light most favorable to the state. We've heard testimony from Ms. Thornton that Mr. Thornton, the victim, was alive, is no longer alive. We heard testimony from Dr. Juliet Scantlebury, who testified as to the cause and the manner of death, which is homicide. And we also heard from a few other witnesses, like Renee Smith and Angela Arnold, stating that Hernandez Govan is the one that told Smith about this hit on Mr. Thornton and told him about this crime. So all I have to say, Your Honor, is and also, Your Honor, that Justin Johnson was involved and was a part of it. So all that to say, the state would argue that there is enough for a reasonable jury to conclude guilty.
Your Honor, I have no, of course, he was alive and since passed. I'm just, you heard proof that they didn't communicate for 2 weeks, at least with Justin Johnson, at least 2+ days on the phone calls that the government submitted yesterday. Cornelius Smith, supposed last phone call was on the 15th of November, 2 days prior to the murder. It was for 0 seconds, and then there was that code 11 that Garner talked about having a voicemail that was 40 seconds. We know for a fact that he didn't talk to Justin Johnson based on the phone records for at least 2 weeks prior to the shooting. You're being asked to make a lot of supposition here based on what Cornelius Smith said. Cornelius Smith also said there was no plan. He got a call that morning. They got there, they were just riding around doing whatever. Now the fact that somebody 3 to 4 months prior to that fact said
No, he said they talked the day before,
was it Justin
and they
Johnson?
missed it at the car wash, at the gas station.
Joe, you've heard both things from the same witnesses that said it both ways in uncontroverted evidence. And so I'm not sure how you have a plan when I say, hey, there's a hit on these people. Some point in the future they kill them, now I'm on the hook for it. I just don't see how that makes a conspiracy. Generally, there's meaning in minds as to how, who, what, when, where. Nothing happened. It was just generic. If you believe proof, 4 months prior to the shooting, it was a generic statement that, hey, there's a hit on these guys.
There was shootouts.
Anything? In the light most favorable to the state, the court has heard from different witnesses. There has been some conflicting testimony. However, the court thinks that the state has made a prima facie case for both conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and first-degree murder, and it's a jury question. So I'm going to deny your motion.
Get out of here with that stupid stuff, but I know you got to do it.
Are you ready to present proof?
Yes, sir. I'm going to see who's here. I told him 10:30. He said, no, it's not.
Let's stay in a brief recess.
Court stands in a brief recess.
Ooh. Ooh. So it seemed like straight drop not coming. But what's it, Manny Man made mention that Trayon Ingram is coming. Trayon, crazy. I would stay out of it if I could, cause that's gonna open up. Well, it just depends on where he going with this stolen car. I just, ooh, I don't know why they went along with not mentioning True Mafia, because that would have explained that gap. But I understand why QUETTE don't want it in there. I don't understand why the state, unless it's being held for a RICO, federal. I don't understand that part of it. Hey to everybody that came in that I may have missed, please hit the like button. Um, this could have been a whole different case. Well, trial. They are just totally leaving out Trula Mafia. And that would explain why there were shootouts prior. Black Youngster, he brought up about, that wasn't his car though. I tried to tell y'all that a long time ago, that was rumors. Hey, Kane Life, I tried to tell y'all that was not the same Mercedes Benz. I think the Mercedes that maybe CEO Bobby and I can't think of that other cat's name, that not JoJo Splat, but the other cat that was unalived in that burgundy SUV was riding around with, but that was not the same car. That's why that insurance guy, that I don't even know what that was about. I don't know. It was not the same. It's all full circle. Hey, Maurice, James Powell. So that insurance man lied. Yeah, that was not the same car. They told us a long time ago that there was a carjacking at a Kroger's, but people wanted to insist on holding on to what the insurance guy and the custom pastor had said, but they had evidence otherwise. That's how they knew that the same car was tied to the Covington shooting, and it was the same car that was part of the carjacking. It had an Illinois license plate on it, so they knew that it wasn't the same Black Youngster's baby mama car. Yeah, that's why, Chelsea, I don't like when people bring other people's narratives over here, because, yeah. So do you think they leaving them out for James? Probably because they have intentionally not mentioned Trula Mafia, and based on some of the evidence and the shooting, the shootouts, the attempts, and all of that, it has to be for something bigger. Now, I would understand why QUETTE would not want it in there. That's why he covered that tattoo with that Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline. And that's why he keep having his hands over that tat in front of, because you remember his forehead has Trula for life on it. So I'm assuming that's why he's dodging. That, he wanted it suppressed, but it would explain the shootouts. So I don't understand why they presented that about Paper Route Woo. Why is Paper Route Woo coming up? So you're only referencing that these people were shooting at him, but they're not affiliated with CMG. So it makes it seem like there wasn't already beef, right? So to explain the dates, the dates and timing, because this is about QUETTE. It's not about the ongoing prior beef with Trula and PRE. But he was involved in all of that. So if it's based off of Cornelius' testimony as to why it's a conspiracy and why he's considered a mastermind, he would be considered a mastermind based off of the evidence of the star witness, Cornelius Smith. So when QUETTE ordered them to go and shoot up, saying that, yeah, Paper Route Wood home, that was not a that could have been about the hit, and it also could have been about the rift with Trula Mafia and PRE. Yeah. So at that point, Trula, to me, Trula should have been introduced because Teasy was a part of it. And that Bobby guy. Because we don't know that, I don't know Bobby. I don't know if he would have had affiliation with the hit. So I don't know. Trula should have been included to me. That's my opinion. But as far as him being the mastermind in regards to Cornelius, yes. Yes. Govan is the mastermind of the organized hit. And that's only because he wasn't a part of the original order back in July. Bobby fell off. What happened to Teasy, I don't know. But it just left them two. Bobby fell off. They didn't say what happened to Teasy. So at the end, it was just them two. And the communication was it was presented by QUETTE, and the communication, organizing it, putting them two together, telling them to exchange phone numbers. He kind of back a little, and they started communicating together. QUETTE told them, yeah, he was at the gas station the day before. They knew the next day it was on and popping, and they was coming with a body. So
First few pounds coming
from that
gave
perspective,
me a sense of momentum and
from that perspective, yes. He had only met Bigjook one time. They all took the phones outside. This is who I was telling you about, this little C. He put in that work. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, money is good. That's all Bigjook said to Cornelius. That's all he said. All right? So other than that, all other dealings and communications before and after was primarily through QUETTE. So he would be the mastermind in Cornelius' mind. That's my opinion of it. But we gonna see. So that's why I got put out. The judge denied their request, of course. It could have been a stronger case. Yeah, he wasn't just the middleman. He wasn't just the middleman with Cornelius. He really was the middleman in the overall scheme of things. But as far as when Cornelius entered the scene, he was the mastermind. Because that's who presented it to him when he said, you want to make some money. Oh. So now we wait. Ladies and gentlemen, can y'all please get the likes up? Hit the like button. Let's get that popping. Let's get that going. Let's see what else is while we wait. Go give me some breakfast before
the amount that was received. Yeah. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. They could have tried it, whatever. It really wouldn't. They really wasn't intended for it off. Like, that they was on the way to the turkey drive to where y'all was at, and they was just willing to catch anybody. They came with the phone records, that shit was kind of over with. And over with jail on no man. And dudes, it's just... It's all good. Yeah. I move how I'm supposed to move. I'm just saying like that. I move how I'm supposed to move, because, shit, I move how I'm supposed to move. And I keep that file, and I'm gonna blow a nigga ass off. And I ain't got no felonies, so I'll be waiting on the nigga to try some shit so I can blow a nigga ass off. A gun ain't stolen. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna sit there and wait on the police. Police gonna do their investigation, run the camera, do what they do. I'm gonna go to motherfucker down there 201, get questioned, get in the store. I'm gonna walk free. I'm gonna get rich off the nigga ass.
Hey, Mrs. Tom.
Baby a nigga ass. That's all it is. Just don't play.
Let's back that up.
Now, what's your take on moving militant? I love it. You gotta move militant around this motherfucker. Like, the game now, man, it ain't about who got the most money around this motherfucker, who kill people, who do all this and that. This shit right now, this shit about who live the longest, man. You know what I'm saying? Who out and free and enjoying life and taking care of their kids and shit. The game right now, bro, you gotta move smart. Like, if you out here in these streets, you gotta move so smart. You gotta move smart, bro. You got to take a lot of shortcuts. I don't know. I can't speak for niggas though. Some niggas feel like they macho man shit. But then you got niggas like me. Very important. I move so smart. You feel me? I move militant, but even though I don't really even and dudes and shit. It's all good. I move how I'm supposed to move. I'm just saying like that. I move how I'm supposed to move, cause shit, I move how I'm supposed to move. And I keep that file, and I'm gonna blow a nigga ass off. And I ain't got no felonies, so I'll be waiting on the nigga to try some shit so I can blow a nigga ass off. A gun ain't stolen. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna sit there and wait on the police. Police gonna do their investigation, run the camera, do what they do. I'm gonna go to motherfuckers down there 201, get questioned, get in the store. I'm gonna walk free. I'm gonna get rich off the nigga ass. It's gonna be good. The baby a nigga ass. That's all it is. Just don't play. You need to be playing with the right motherfucker. Yeah. It's all good. You just gotta know how to move out here, man.
Feel that, man.
Yeah.
Well, as we all know, today was the last day of, what I'm saying, the DOLPH trial.
Yeah.
And everything, they came down with a verdict. You know what I'm saying? Guilty on all charges. Have you been keeping up with everything, you know what I'm saying, surrounding the trial?
Yeah, I've been watching that shit. I be wanting to watch that shit. Yeah, cause this shit be interesting. Trials and shit be interesting, so I just be wanting to just go up in there and just like watch the shit. Like I really want to go in there and watch the shit.
You talking about straight drop?
For this shit, all people paying, so I catch somebody else trial, but I be wanting to watch this shit. Like this shit be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Like this shit be kind of interesting. Like going, like this shit be interesting. This shit, like this trial was interesting, but it was short, but it was interesting as hell. Like detail. Like,
it was short as hell.
The trial was over. The trial was over the first day.
First day, it would be real.
It was over the first day and the third day. It was over the first day for sure, but the third day once they came with the foreign reference, that shit was kind of over with. And I don't was jail on no man. You feel me? Like I don't was jail on no man. Jail ain't where a nigga want to be, but when you make dumbass decisions and do sloppy ass work, it's it was real shit.
Alright, now let me ask you this question. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just real. Me chopping it up. Man, when you heard the first day, when you heard Cornelius Smith say that, to be honest, they really wasn't intended for DOLPH. Like, that they was on the way to the turkey drive to where y'all was at, and they was just willing to catch anybody. Like, does that make you, I ain't gonna say, feel like, damn, my niggas just got caught slipping type shit, but it's like, what does that do when you hear him say that shit, you know what I'm saying, on the stand?
That shit really bothered me. That shit really bothered me, bro. I probably just chops on dick. It ain't really bothered me. Chops on dick. And yeah. Chops on dick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all good. It's all good. They could have tried it, whatever did, they would have did, but
yeah, cause like I said, it really kind of, I believe that shit kind of fucked everybody's head up. You know what I'm saying? To hear him say that they was really on the way to the turkey drive. You know what I'm saying? And they just randomly seen him come through the light, and they just really just was like, well, fuck it. You know,
going at anybody.
Yeah.
Thirsty.
They was just like, bruh.
They was thirsty. They was up early. They was on that shit, you know.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you, because I laughed when I heard this, and did you at least, or was you shocked when you heard the amount that was received, that $800?
Nah, look, check this out. See, y'all listen to this shit. I was listening to the trial. They came and gave him $300 and $500, but his lawyers paid in full. His lawyers paid $50,000, so he ain't got no money. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But what they, I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know. Like, then, I don't know. You just gotta watch the trial. It's so interesting. Like, it's just interesting. Like, it's just interesting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Took that shit to trial, man. Like, just,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what they doing for taking that shit to trial?
They, you know what I'm saying? They shoot shot and just kept pushing, you feel? If you wasn't gonna say nothing, why take the trial?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna say nothing, why take the trial? Folks had so much evidence. Some folks had so much evidence, bro, I ain't even used. They had some shit they ain't even used. Like, if it would've got to a point where this shit was, they and that motherfucker back, them folks ain't used a lot of evidence. You gotta pay attention to this shit, bro.
And they just really just was like, well, fuck it. You
That's
know?
going like anybody.
Yeah.
Thirsty.
They was just like, bruh.
They was thirsty. They was up early. They was on that shit, you know?
Now, let me ask this. Did you, cause I laughed when I heard this, and did you at least, or was you shocked when you heard the amount that was received, that $800?
Now, look, check this out. See, you gotta listen to this shit. I was listening to the trial, right? They came and gave him $300 and $500. His lawyers paid in full. His lawyers paid $50,000, so he ain't got no money. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But what they, I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know. Then, I don't know. You just gotta watch the trial. It's so interesting. Like, it's just interesting. Like, it's just interesting. Nigga dumb as hell. Took that shit to trial, man. Like,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what they doing for taking that shit to trial?
Took whatever they, you know what I'm saying, they offered you shot and just keep pushing, you feel? If you wasn't gonna say nothing, why take the trial?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna say nothing, why take the trial? Folks had so much evidence, bro. Some folks had so much evidence, bro, they ain't even used. They had some shit they ain't even used. Like, if it would've got to a point where this shit was, they and that motherfucker back, them folks ain't used a lot of evidence. You gotta pay attention to this shit, bro. That's on them, though. It was sloppy as hell. How they did it. It was just too sloppy. So,
Now, it used to be some old pictures, you know what I'm saying, floating around. And those pictures showed, you know what I'm saying, Straight Drop in the background with, you know what I'm saying, some paper rap niggas. Was he, like, around y'all?
I was just clubbed in that. I just wanted the fucking picture. Like, we was all, everybody was big type. Like, I love Moolah. Moolah, my man. I love Moolah to feel. That's my dog. You feel me? Like, but just when he died, this shit, like, all this shit kind of deteriorated. And shit, everybody kind of went their own way. Like, everybody kind of went their own way. And shit, niggas went left, we went right. So, shit. Yeah, what if? Let me feel.
You remember you and Doc's last conversation? Or like last time I kicked it?
Yeah, I had missed that nigga called me. That nigga called me at 8. I remember that shit was yesterday. That nigga called me at 8 in the morning. Shoot a video. Yeah. Oh God, I had missed call. I sleep deep, boy. Up to I can shoot through I can sleep through a shootout, nigga. And it's bad. I need to change this shit. That shit bad. Like, I probably woke up 12 o'clock, called me, the nigga mind changed then, so it was probably a little 8 in the morning high, come on, let's shoot this video, blah, 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 come 12 o'clock. My whole mind frame changed, so shit. You know.
Man, how have you been getting over I'm not saying like getting over, but how have you been, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the grief of all this? Like, you know what I'm saying, your mental straight, like, you know.
Nah, it's getting straight. It ain't straight. I'm still fucked up about the whole situation. Shit, my dog, shit. That nigga molded me. Shit. And my nigga. I still cry a lot. You know, nigga cry sometimes about this shit. Cause shit, yo, my nigga. Like, this ain't, like, he came and found the nigga, and like, it was my nigga. Like, that was my dog. The nigga watched me grow up, shit. Like, shit, nigga, shit. I watched that nigga, shit, do his thing and shit.
Yeah.
My nigga.
Did you take it pretty hard when they was showing, like, the videos and shit? And, like, the
Yeah, cause, yeah, but shit, you know, eventually niggas gonna see that shit. So, that shit was alright. I watched this shit. Barely knew how to shoot the Drake. You know, I'm gonna pop that in hand, so.
Right. If you got anything to tell these young niggas after watching the trial, you know what I'm saying, seeing how this shit went down, man.
I got it, coach! I got it! Getting your greens shouldn't make a mess. Meet Groons, a daily pack of 8 delicious gummies filled with all the essential vitamins, minerals, and superfoods you need to thrive. Jumpstart your...
What would you tell me?
Don't be no dummy.
Hold your head up. Hey, Frank. Should have just left off alone. I know he regret it now. But he was most definitely the mastermind as it relates to Cornelius Smith. And it got to be a RICO because they've been knowing that it initiated back in June. So he really, right now, is his involving Cornelius as the big shit in Orange Mound. They went after the person that had the biggest impact. They couldn't, though. They were going to get away with it. They couldn't, thought they were going to get away with that shit. Yeah, I mean, they had people on the force, not on the police force. Like, I was trying to tell y'all, them dirty cops, dirty judges, all of that. This, they did think that they was going to get away with it because they had people in place and position to, that's why, what he talking about, the pressure world and I mean that don't prove nothing to me. That don't have nothing to do with him saying you want to make some money and giving him an assignment. But I mean, we gonna see Trayvon Martin Trayon Ingram is supposed to be coming up. And I had heard through the grape. I just saw yesterday. I didn't. Well, anyway, let me hush. It just blows my mind that he don't think that he should go to prison. That he should get a Jamarcus. Turn you around. What you looking for? Turn your ass around. Your makeup wearing off. Your tattoo trying to come through. Yeah. It's trying to come through. It just blew my mind that he didn't think that he should go to prison. You been out 2 years and you thinking, yo, it's time served. He think he did it. Some damn body. I don't know who he think he is. It should be time served. Ooh, time served. It was funny to the phone. That's why I fell over. That's why the phone fell over. He think he deserved time served. And I've been at home, still out there running hits and shit in the mound, causing havoc. Yeah. Yeah, who you think you is? God? No. You're not. The jurors must be tired. They walking slow as hell, ain't they?
Stay right here, sir. Raise your right hand facing me.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Now he finna try to the police and everybody.
Could you please tell us your full name, spell out your first and last name, please?
Michael Coburn, Macheael, Cobur.
And I see the lieutenant bars in your uniform. Could you tell this jury where you work?
I'm currently assigned as a supervisor to crime scene
And with what department?
with the Memphis Police Department.
And how long have you been a police officer?
Almost 28 years.
And how long have you been doing crime scene analysis?
Hey, Cynthia.
About 15 years.
Have you been qualified as an expert in crime scene analysis in the past by the state?
I have.
And you testified as an expert?
Yes.
Have you testified in Shelby County as an expert?
Yes.
In crime scene analysis, meaning you look for blood, evidence in cars, houses, stuff like that?
Yes.
And that's what you've been qualified on behalf by the state in many cases in the past?
Yes.
You're all right. I'll move to have Lieutenant Coburn admitted as an expert in crime scene investigation.
Okay, Ms. Williams, any objection? Alright, qualified Lieutenant Michael Coburn as an expert in crime scene analysis.
Yes, Your Honor. Back in 2021, I think you were a sergeant based on your reports, is that correct?
I was assigned to homicide.
And were you doing crime scene with homicide back in 2021?
I was.
Did you happen to work on the crime scene analysis for the murder case of Adolph Thornton?
For vehicles, yes.
Okay. And did you specifically process a Mercedes-Benz vehicle in that case?
I did.
And was that car recovered, and I guess you looked at it on November 20th of 2021, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you a few photos that have previously been marked into evidence, and just make sure that's the same car, okay?
Okay.
My other lawyer, Robert, will do that. We're going to put in Exhibit 11 that's previously been marked and entered. I know it's a little bit of a distance, Chad. Does that look like a Mercedes that you processed?
Yes.
Next, please. Exhibit 12, it'll be 12, 13, and 14. I just want to get you reacclimated to the car. Close-up view of the car.
Yes, sir.
Same license plate and everything that you processed?
It is.
Okay.
13.
Yes. I said we're going to do 13 and 14. And just the front view of the same car?
Yes, sir.
Okay. process the car?
At 475 Clank, it's a warehouse.
Okay. So, I guess it gets towed over to the police warehouse?
Yes, sir.
All right. With regards to processing the car, can you tell the jury what exactly you do?
Primarily, we document evidence, collect evidence. When we process it, we usually process for prints, touch DNA, and just evidence like clothing or something, anything the investigator is looking for.
You also look for blood?
Yes,
You also look for evidence of somebody trying to clean up the crime scene?
sure.
All right. So, with regards to this Mercedes, I think they used to call it luminol, and that's what you hear on TV, but it's Blue Star now, right? That's what you guys use to look for trace evidence?
Never use Blue Star because luminol requires more darkness than Blue Star does.
All right. And Blue Star was used in this case?
It was.
All right. So, without getting into the nuts and bolts, you process this car with Blue Star?
Correct.
And if I were to tell you that a witness has said that he took a towel, put a bunch of bleach on it, and wiped the car down, is there any evidence of that in this case?
No.
And you would see that with the luminol, that there's bleach and things like that, with somebody trying to clear a crime scene.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because otherwise people could get away with anything.
Correct.
Did not happen with regards to this car.
No, sir.
So if I said, under oath, I got bleach, put it on a towel, wipe that car down, complete lie.
Yes.
Thank you. No more questions.
Hey, Deshaun.
Sergeant Coburn?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Coburn.
Yes, ma'am.
Very sorry.
That's all right.
Lieutenant Coburn, processed the white Mercedes, is that correct?
Correct.
You found several prints outside of the car, is that correct?
I did.
You didn't find any prints on the front passenger, outside of the vehicle, is that correct?
I'd have to look at the summary of it.
Just one second. Matt Johnson, did you process the inside of the vehicle?
I didn't.
Did you find any prints of value inside?
I couldn't say without looking at the narrative. I know there's a lot of print cards.
What'd you say?
There's a lot of print cards that I looked at.
Oh,
That's what we put the prints on.
No further questions.
What?
No more questions.
thank you, yes. Call your next witness.
Where's Hagerman?
She would need some help getting up this mountain.
Lord have mercy.
Raise your right hand. Face your honor.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Have a seat, ma'am, watch your step.
It must be Trayon. Why they not showing nothing?
Good morning, Ms. Ferguson.
Oh, who's Ferguson?
Tell the jury your name and could you spell it for me?
My name is Vivian Banks Ferguson.
And could you spell that just because the court reporter needs to get it right?
Which one?
Your first name, middle name, and last name.
Capital V-I-V-I-A-N. V as in boy.
Who is this?
A-N-K-S, Banks. Ferguson, capital F-E-R-G-U-S-O-N.
And Ms. Ferguson, how old are you?
80.
Okay. We're never supposed to ask that question. So do you live next to Cornelius Smith Sr.?
I live next to King Smith, his dad.
Okay. So, his dad
She done gave his dad name out, Lord.
And you have to say yes or no. I'm sorry, Ms. Ferguson.
Yes.
All right. And Cornelius Smith, that's somebody you know, right?
Yes.
Could you tell the jurors how you know Mr. Cornelius Smith?
He's a young man that lived next door, and the only reason I had to came in contact with him, he always would do nice things for
She
me.
not-
When I go shopping, he always would get my grocery out the car and bring it in the house for me.
He has
That was
one-
good for me, because I was tired. So, that's not only that, that's the only time that he come around. If I needed something done, I could ask him, and he would do it. And, if he charged me, I would pay him. But he never charged me for anything. To me, he was a nice kid.
So, Ms. Ferguson, you and I talked at your house last week, just a few days ago, right? You'll have to say yes or no.
Yes.
All right. And I also asked you if Cornelius Smith said a few years ago that somebody came by your house to give you $500 for him. Would that be true or false?
That would not be true.
All right. So if Mr. Cornelius Smith said under oath that, like, you're like a grandmother to him, right?
That's what you want to say?
Okay, I'm just repeating what I've heard in court. So if he said that you got $500 for him to hold, never happened.
Never happened.
Not yesterday, not 5 years ago, not 10 years ago.
Now, if somebody was going to need something for Cornelius at my house, they probably stuck it in my mailbox or something like that. But I haven't received any cash or any envelope for him.
So if somebody said you were specifically given $500, would be a lie.
Would be a lie.
All right. And I'm really sorry to call you. I know the last time you came to court was talking about your son's murder, so I 100% apologize. I know you were very upset at that. So thank you for your honesty.
No cross, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am, for coming. Read it up.
Okay.
Call your
What?
Alright? Ladies and gentlemen, we have, come to that juncture where you have.
Where is
But there's
Trayvon?
one more piece left that you don't have, and that is the law that you're gonna get from me. So give us a few minutes, and we'll get back with you, so please don't discuss the shit, okay? Thank you.
You're excused.
What happened to Trayon and Straight Drop? All he had was Granny. What?
Alright,
The only thing I have to do, Judge, is once we get that exhibit worked out that we're talking about, I'll move that into evidence if you want.
Defense rests after Granny.
Let me get the stipulation signed.
that's fine.
But okay. Hold on. Let me listen.
What's the next number, Your Honor?
33. Mr. Aurora,
Yes, sir.
I need you to put your client on the stand. We need to do a moment here.
Yes, sir.
This is the good time to do that. Come on around, Mr. Govan.
Yeah, ask if it's on the record.
It's on the record.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what's going on, y'all? He taking the stand? What?
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Govan taking the stand?
Probably a little out of order, but better late than never, I guess. Mr. Aurora, would you like to ask your client some questions?
Mr. Govan, would you please spell your first and last name for the record?
HERNANDEZ
And Mr. Govan, you and I have talked about your right to testify at trial, correct?
Yes, sir.
I've advised you that I would recommend not testifying based on some of the evidentiary rulings. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you've agreed with me that you do not wish to testify.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
That's
okay.
freely and voluntarily. Nobody's forcing you to do that.
Nobody's forcing me.
Nobody's threatening you to do that.
No, sir.
All right. And this is something you are doing freely and voluntarily again.
Correct.
All right. I'm going to stamp this 33 on it.
Stop playing, you couldn't move. Baby, I stopped typing so quick. I was gonna say, what?
So this is all of them.
This is all of them. State and federal.
Are they labeled? Yours were labeled pretty good. Did y'all, I mean, so they'll know which bite is which.
The two that overlap, Your Honor, essentially are the same. Theirs are just a few seconds longer,
Longer,
so
right.
they should be able to figure it out pretty easily.
That ain't what I.
Okay.
Are they labeled?
Ours are labeled, they will have, I believe they have initials, so like it's an Angela Arnold clip, it will say AA.
See, let me
And then whatever the content. shows.
see my problem with
As long as they're labeled.
Manny.
They're just not, just clips with nothing.
Now I'm glad he their attorney. But my problem with him.
I'm Brian
Hold on.
Fraser.
Alright, this is, order stipulated to the police interview, soundbite that were testified to on yesterday, by, witness Angela Arnold.
Angela Arnold, Cornelius Smith, and also the detective. We played parts of sound bites from the interviews for all three of them, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yeah, Detective Browning, I'm sorry, it said Smith. It's Browning.
Okay. And the the stipulation reads, that whereas there having been presented to me the Honorable Jennifer Johnson Mitchell, Judge of Division 10 of the Criminal Court of Tennessee, 30th Judicial District at Memphis for the purpose of trial, sound bites from police interviews with witnesses. The sound bites were stipulated by the Assistant District Attorney and Attorney for Defendant, Hernandez Govan, and shall be entered into the evidence by this agreement, signed by Assistant District Attorney and Attorney for Defendant. And the sound bites are captured on a black zip drive in a brown envelope that I'm going to place on here. Police sound bites, police interview sound bites
Yes, Your Honor.
of Angela Arnold, because this is just of Angela Arnold.
It's all of it, Your Honor. It's Angela Arnold, Cornelius Smith, and Detective Brown.
All right, police.
What?
Of Angela Arnold, Cornelius Smith, and who's the third person?
Detective Brown, Your Honor.
What's his first name?
Jesse.
All right, I put just that on the police sound bites of A. Arnold, C. Smith, and Detective J. Brown. We'll mark this as exhibit, collective exhibit 33. Put that back here, because I need to keep this working. Just leave it like that. All right. Have you had an opportunity to look at the jury charge? All right, well, you need to take a few minutes, because we're gonna charge this jury, looks like after lunch. But that'll give us time to, you review it, then we'll come back and talk about it on the record, and make sure it includes everything it needs to include, and make sure it doesn't have anything in it that needs to be in there. And that'll give me time to get it printed, and I'll charge them after lunch, probably about 1:30.
And just to give you a heads up, the only thing I would ask is the accessory after the fact charge. That was the only thing I didn't see in there.
Okay.
It's 3.03.
No.
Okay. All right, well, I'll add that. I'm gonna go back and add the other expert. I'm gonna go back and add the other expert. I just added the panel. I'm gonna add the guy who just testified. Add the stipulation. You know, look at it, so we, what else I put out, just look at it, let me know, okay? We'll stand in recess.
What?
Water left here?
No, not for y'all.
Okay.
I need to know, probably within the next 30 minutes or so, if you think the charge is complete. I need to know what you think about the charge.
I think we're all good except for what we just mentioned. Your Honor.
So you have one issue?
Yes, we realized that.
Oh, okay. But so, no, let's say 12 o'clock for lawyers, so we can make sure it looks like it should look, and then we'll, probably recess to 1:30, because I think lunch is coming somewhere in that time. Okay? Stand.
Wow. Okay, so what just happened? What just happened, good people? Lackluster presentation by the... Okay, yeah, but all of that pressure world, auto zone, he was making it as if there was some relevance. What was the relevance? what was the point of it? I mean, he kept making it as if there was a point to it. I was expecting for it to come out. What was the point? I mean, what was the point? And as far as Manny goes, this is what happens when you're not familiar with things and people. So when he was talking to old girl, Angela, he thought he had talked to her when he went to the house. He was talking to somebody else at the house, or either he was talking to a different baby mama. Because she said, I ain't never met you. No, it wasn't me. I didn't talk to you. I didn't come to, and she was like, no. He don't know who he was talking to. So when he said the lady next door, it sounded like all the people in his daddy's area is old. And then he said, put it in the mailbox. He didn't say put it in her hand. He said put it in the mailbox. So for him to say that, did he put it in the hand? That's not what he said he did. He said put it in the mailbox. But either way, that doesn't negate the fact that Govan solicited him to put a hit out on Dog. So I guess as far as the state goes, there nothing that he said, not even that don't cause doubt. None of what Manny presented, let's just be honest, would cause doubt. When whether Cornelius tells stories a lot to his baby mamas and feed them what they want to feed so he can get in their panties. Hell, that's why he got 5, 6 damn kids, because he good with his mouth to feed the females anything they want to hear. Cool, we get that. But what he said in those phone records line up. It don't matter. None of that other stuff. Did he get $500? Was it put in the mailbox? Did somebody confirm if he went to AutoZone or to take back the seat cover? All of that really, okay. There was no need. The phone records line up to what he said. He did not. He started in November communicating with QUETTE. That's when he said it was a couple of weeks before. Is when he was presented with the opportunity. Right? And so the phone he entered into the phone log between QUETTE, STRAIGHTDROP, and GUCCIMANE. He wasn't a part of June, July, and August. He wasn't a part of that. So that checks off. That was not a lie. He had majority communication with QUETTE. That was not a lie. Right? No, listen. So then after he met, they did what they did and tried to take out paper route woo and all of that. Then he started a week or so later having communication a little with STRAIGHTDROP. That's after he told them to exchange the phone numbers. They made a little contact. His majority of his contact was still with QUETTE. That checks off. Then the day before, I guess, is when he said that QUETTE said that Dolph was spotted at the gas station. When they got to the gas station and got up there, he was already gone. They said, okay, we for sure gonna get somebody tomorrow. That's no doubt. He needed some more pills, I guess. I don't know. And so the communication intensified. That checked off. It still was no communication with Bigjook. It still was no communication with Bigjook. So the state did prove their case by the phone records. Because the phone records checked off everything that Cornelia said. So whether he was a known liar to his baby mamas, that's one thing. But regarding this case, the phone records line up exactly to the testimony. And with that, Hernandez Govan is the mastermind as it in regards to Cornelia Smith. Now with Straight Drop, no. With Cornelia Smith, after people started dropping off, yeah, that's different. He wasn't necessarily the mastermind when it came to Straight Drop, but he most definitely was the mastermind when it came to Cornelius. So I see why in the very beginning Manny was trying to mention Cornelius. Manny was trying to, I'm not Cornelius, TZ, Straight Drop, and Ham. I see where they was about to go with that. But then that's why I kept saying that, well, then you're going to have to introduce Trula Mafia. That's why the judge asked him, well, is he affiliated between PRE and CMG? And I don't know. Well, what? Ask Quet. He know. I mean, what you mean? So they didn't want to do that because guess what? Trula Mafia would have came up. And they didn't want Trula Mafia coming up. That is a part of a RICO. So they never even really touched bases on a gang related, even in retaliation with Paper Route Woo. See, that didn't make sense to me. So on the cool, the prosecution team, the state kind of threw it out there. One, because that detective was a part of the gang. He was a gang investigator, right? So they did kind of throw it out there on the cool. They just didn't mention Trula Mafia. So when he was talking about bringing up Joshua Taylor, they were saying, no, Ham and, did he say Joshua Taylor? And they kind of moved away from that. Because they was finna introduce Joshua Taylor. Yeah, because y'all kept saying Justin Taylor, Justin Johnson. And there is no Justin Taylor. It's Joshua Taylor. And there were phone communications between Joshua Taylor and Straight Drop, yeah. And Ham, yeah. But then also there is communication, phone communication. If that's what we're doing, Judge, if we finna introduce Joshua Taylor, then we need to introduce the paper, the filing, the paperwork of the phone conversation between Quet and Joshua Taylor. And then that's when Manny got up there and started getting aggravated and irritated. Yeah, because then you're going to have to introduce Trula Mafia. And y'all have had that suppressed. Yeah. So we're going to bring up Joshua Taylor because he communicated, you know, it was in paperwork that they submitted. Then we need to submit the phone records between Joshua Taylor and QUETTE. And that's when Manny backed off of Joshua Taylor. So I don't know when QUETTE was over there getting mad and ugly wrinkler, you know, because he was looking. I don't know if that's because they wanted him to go on the stand or he wanted to be able to show some paperwork or some documentation, some evidence. But if they do that, they were going to have to introduce Trula Mafia to the scene. And at that point, you could have wiped your makeup off and showed your hand because it's all on your face and your hand. What we doing? Huh? What we doing? Where was that at when he got all ugly? He was over here looking whole out.
All right, you ready to bring in the jury?
I'm trying to go back to where they was talking about Joshua Taylor. What happened to Trayvon Martin and Justin Smith? What happened to them? Trayon Ingram.
Okay, so. Let me make sure I have this right. State moves to use the CDRs for, what's TZ's government name?
Joshua Taylor.
And the other person,
Harry Lockhart.
who's also referred to as Ham. Terry Lockhart.
Harry, H-A-R-R-Y.
Is Ham P-R-E
Hey, Raymond.
or?
I don't believe so. I've seen no evidence of that.
So Ham doesn't necessarily have an affiliation.
Correct.
See, they would have to talk about.
I was asking you if Ham had an affiliation with P-R-E. Is Ham P-R-E
I have no idea.
or?
I don't believe so. I've seen no evidence of that.
So Ham doesn't necessarily have an affiliation here.
Correct.
I was asking you if Ham had an affiliation with PRE or CMG. No, nobody really knows. Okay.
Same old phone? Nah, this is.
See, they would have to introduce True Mafia. And then they would have to then go into why was they trying to shoot at PRE, Paper Raoul. Do you? Yes. I think that what they're trying to avoid will be in a, I mean, because the gang unit was, one of the gang investigators was there. They didn't want, it was suppressed. That's why he got that Maybelline makeup on. He don't want to be tied in this case. And really it don't matter because this is based off of the testimony of Cornelius, and he's not gang affiliated. But he sent him on the run to shoot up Paper Raoul. Which would be ongoing beef with True Love and PRE. So that all of that type of stuff will have to be in RICO. That's a gang. I'm trying to separate that gang from this murder for hire. I guess is what QUETTE is trying to do. And Manny would not be equipped to handle that. He don't even know if Granny is the real Granny, and if it was put in her hand or the mailbox.
So let's take them in reverse just because that's kind of how I looked at them. Ms. Taylor, what's
In the
Oh, Lord.
dissected body, and you can see a gunshot wound to the right wrist, and another defect a little earlier.
okay? So make sure I have this right. Say moves to use the CDRs for what's TZ's?
Conspirators.
Okay. So let's take them in reverse just because that's kind of how I looked at them. Ms. Taylor, what's the argument again for the court to allow in the CDRs for Harry Lockhart, also known as
Your Honor, he was referenced in, well, his name was brought up as having communication with one of the co-conspirators, in
which one?
Justin Johnson.
His name was brought up in text messages or in
No, his name
testimony?
was brought up in Browning's testimony on yesterday.
Okay, as what? I mean,
As having, this was on July 27th. It was in reference to Justin texting him about talking to Jook, and it's also, I believe, relevant as to the text messages that defense has brought in referencing his name. They indicated that Justin was doing, not Justin, I'm sorry, Joshua Taylor, Harry Lockhart, I'm sorry, all the names are starting to be confusing. Harry Lockhart was talking, or was referenced in some of Justin's text messages in regards to maybe Justin doing the outside thing, outside of the conspiracy.
And you said specifically on July 27th,
Yes, Your Honor.
as we were going through text messages on yesterday?
No, he was brought up in Browning's testimony
Right.
in regards to July 27th.
So what I'm saying is that did we not see text messages yesterday from July 27th?
Just from Justin Johnson.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about, so, we're talking about Justin Johnson's communications with Harry Lockhart.
On yesterday is how Harry Lockhart became relevant. And it's also referenced in Justin Johnson's text message to, I think, another individual
About Harry Lockhart.
about Harry Lockhart.
Okay, so my question to you is that when Sergeant Browning was testifying yesterday going through his PowerPoint, was Harry Lockhart mentioned on the 27th? Did because you referenced the 27th,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
And you think it's relevant now, because I'm sure that's what your argument is going to be. I didn't necessarily get that from you. Is your argument that it's not relevant?
Yes, Your Honor, just like yesterday, it's just a passing reference to the text. There's no communication that we introduced to
Right.
him, and you suppressed that yesterday because that's the
Well,
whole point.
I got that, and I agree with what I just read, that it is just passing here. Ms. Taylor just brought up another argument, but that it was brought up in Sergeant Browning's testimony yesterday that there were conversations on text message from Justin Johnson to Harry Lockhart that she says is relevant because Harry Lockhart's name came up yesterday.
Right, it was on direct. They brought it up. It just happens to be a passing thing on cross that we're doing a text message. You can white it out for all I care. I didn't need his name in there. I'm just giving you the text message because Justin Johnson was talking to somebody else and he says, oh, Ham's there too. That's essentially all that is to it. It wasn't relevant and direct when they talked about it yesterday. We didn't bring it up. We didn't emphasize it. We didn't do anything. I don't even know what Ham has to do with the price of tea in China.
But it's now in the text messages that you entered.
His name,
That's to
they entered.
say that you highlighted some text messages, okay? That says that you're making.
He tried to sneak it in for appeal, y'all.
Justin Johnson was having individual conversations outside of Govan, Mr. Govan, about other issues, about
I'm not,
whatever they were talking about.
I'm not highlighting.
No,
On direct.
you're highlighting,
Well, it's in there, but
Yeah.
on direct, they brought it up, that Justin Johnson.
and I understand, but you've now highlighted it, and so, Ms. Taylor, what's your response that it's not relevant here, that it can be whited out as far as he's concerned?
Well, now they want it whited out. They didn't do that yesterday and they could have done that then. But also, Your Honor, I would further state that there are communications between Mr. Govan and Mr. Lockhart during the time of this conspiracy, which I think is relevant. And if they're gonna bring it up that Justin, may have been doing some outside things, it's important for the jury to also know that Mr. Lockhart had communications with Mr. Govan.
Judge, they brought up the communication.
Oh, now he
with Justin
mad.
Johnson
This is what I'm talking about, y'all.
and him. They brought it up in their text message. It was already there. So when I'm crossing in with some of these other text messages, that guy's name is referenced. We didn't bring any other specific text messages between him and Justin Johnson. They brought it up. It wasn't relevant to them yesterday when they went through a very lengthy direct examination. It's one of their slides out there that says Justin Johnson talked to him. They brought it up. I didn't even ask to name him. I just read the text message like you instructed me to do and admitted and stuff. It has nothing to do with anything as far as that goes. They brought it up. And I'm just responding to that.
Nor
It
did
wasn't
pressure
relevant in
word.
direct examination, but now it's relevant.
What's your
I
response?
mean, argument is gonna be, which they asserted several times yesterday, that Justin Johnson was going outside this and he was talking about Ham and referencing Ham and sending information about Juke to Ham. It's also relevant that Ham, or Mr. Lockhart, has communications with Govan. It's not outside of the scope of this, of the conspiracy.
Your Honor, they're conflating the issues. They brought up the fact that Justin Johnson was talking to Ham on direct examination outside the scope of the conspiracy. My text messages don't have any communication with him. It's to somebody else. If they want to bring in the TZ stuff, I agree. I put in a text between Justin Johnson and TZ. Got it. It's the same argument we went through yesterday on chat. They brought up the text. Now she's making it seem like we somehow manufactured something out there. They brought up the text. Indirect, that Ham communicated with Justin Johnson.
And I was under the impression that Ham was mentioned.
Okay.
I'm looking at Exhibit 26. That Ham was
Okay, stop playing.
mentioned in this text message from Justin Johnson to TZ, Joshua Taylor. I'm going to exclude that one. As to Harry Lockhart, also known as Ham. You cannot use those.
We have no objection to the TZ one, Your Honor, based on that argument.
Alright. So you can use the TZ, Joshua Taylor CDR. Thank you.
So maybe that's why Trayon Ingram didn't come in. Cause Trayon Ingram is Trula. And if they are avoiding knowing who Ham is, because they're trying to make just kind of keep it CMG and PRE.
Say that again?
Nothing for Mr.
Yeah, I mean, so the state was right. If he gonna bring in Ham or Joshua Taylor, then let's pull the phone records for Joshua Taylor, because there's communication between Joshua Taylor and QUETTE. See, the problem why it may appear lackluster or poor, because them 3 days they had how many suppressions? Like 20, almost 20 things that the motions to suppress.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it was to get a lot of stuff tossed out. So what we thinking should
Is your medical examiner here?
Yes, Your Honor.
I want to put her on.
Well, I would just say I have no further questions for Sergeant Brown.
Okay.
I don't know if he's here.
Yeah, he can be released and then bring in the.
yeah, so let me get to when they was over there talking to QUETTE. Real tough. Yeah, so that's why it seems like the state didn't present its best case. They was 3 days in there that we didn't know nothing about. And it's off the record where QUETTE was in there requesting for things to be removed and suppressed. So what we are looking for to come out is not coming out because of those 3 days that they was in there fighting for stuff not to be revealed. They wanted to be sealed. So that's what we looking for. We the people, we looking for that. He was in court for 3 days with motions, damn near 20 motions. And oh boy, the attorney was on that blogger interviewed him, and he said he got a lot of it was suppressed. So that's why it seems like the state didn't do their job, because QUETTE and his attorney got stuff suppressed. And so if you trying to bring in Joshua Taylor to try to trip them up some more with that Justin and Justin Taylor, all that type of stuff or whatever, then in phone conversations, then let's bring out the phone conversations between Joshua Taylor and QUETTE. And they don't want to do that because the person who was probably there are some documentation in those texts that would have shown that Joshua Taylor was fully aware of the hit and probably more attempts on PRE.
Hard proof that they didn't communicate for 2 weeks, at least with Justin Johnson, at least 2+ days, on the phone calls that the government submitted yesterday. Cornelius Smith, supposed last phone call was on the 15th of November, 2 days prior to the murder. It was for 0 seconds, and then there was that code 11 that Garner talked about, not in voicemail, it was 40 seconds. And we know for a fact that he didn't talk to Justin Johnson based on the phone records for at least 2 weeks prior to the shooting. You're being asked to make a lot of supposition here.
Right, he didn't talk to him because he was not involved. He wasn't involved at 2 weeks like that with Justin Johnson. He was still communicating with QUETTE. That's why QUETTE is the mastermind. But that's not what I'm looking for. So that's why when people are saying that they didn't do their job, they are forgetting about the 3 days that he had court that was closed to the public. And they had damn near 20 motions to, is this? Yeah, Chelsea.
Court's back in session.
I'm trying to catch it when he got upset. That's not it. I thought it was early on. Oh, well, I can't find it, and I need to go before they come back. He was over there hot as fish grease, too. He should have took his ass up on the stand. Let them question him.
Also, did you process the inside of the vehicle?
I didn't.
Did you find any prints of value inside of it?
All right, we ready to bring in the jury?
Yes, sir. Okay, well, I didn't, sometimes I got in there.
You probably got that hand over there, too.
I've got a lot of ladies.
This part right here, I think, is when he started getting upset. Yeah, this is this. What did Manny say? I don't know, Nika. He may have been assigned to other cases. I don't know. I heard something about vacation, but I don't know that for sure. Y'all, I need to get the likes up. I'm finna go ahead and end this. I need 20 likes. Seem like intentional setup. What do you mean intentional setup? What do you mean intentional setup, Nika? Yeah, I need 20 likes. Come on. Nika, what do you mean intentional setup? See, what we are forgetting, same to you. What we are forgetting here is this right here for Cornelia. This is as far as the hold on. So as far as it appears to me, okay, that him being brought in, picked up and brought in based on his conspiracy and this, that, and the other was based. I need 10 more likes, y'all. Come on. It's based on once Cornelius was picked up, right? And they started mentioning the evidence they had against him, right? So that's when Cornelius said, once I found out that he had snitched on me, that he had gave me up. If y'all remember, Cornelius said that, oh yeah, he gave me up, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him up. He could have gave YOGOTTI up instead of going to trial. That's true. He could have taken that plea instead of going to trial. Y'all, I need 7 more likes, please. So what happened was once Cornelius realized that the guy who brought him in asked him, did he want a job, want to make some money? There's a hit out on Dolph. Da 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 da. Now, mind you, his cousin had already told him, the partner Bobby had already told him, man, you better be careful with Quet, cause he worked for the. Let me hold on until y'all get my 7 likes. Hold on. I'll wait. I can't be nice, can I? I just can't be nice, can I? I'm over here being dehydrated and y'all can't even hit the like button. Okay. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and end it since I can't get y'all to get the likes up. Y'all have a good one. Jen, yeah, I'm gonna probably do a members only and give the explanation. I'm gonna probably do it like that because it don't. No. If I can't get people to get the likes up and all they want to do is hear the true facts about it, a true explanation of what's going on, and they can't support the platform with a like, they don't send a super chat, they don't send a a sticker, and they don't want to hit the like button, why would I? No. I'm going to be honest, you don't deserve the truth. Yeah, so. Hold on, that's not what I'm trying to do. And I shouldn't have to keep asking people to hit the damn like button. Yeah. And if they don't want to hit the like button, send us super chat, super stickers. They'll sit over here and ask you questions so that they can run back to another platform, but they don't want to support. And get on. Today ain't a good day for that. I'm going to tell you that now. So like I said, you got 2 minutes to get 5 likes. And if not, then I'm just going to do a members only and explain it to the members only. How about that? And it don't matter how many likes it is. And it's my last time mentioning get the lights up. I haven't even eaten breakfast. Y'all crazy as hell. And if you don't like it, leave. Today ain't a good day for you. I'm going to tell you that now. Too easily. It is too easy. They're just hateful, trifling. Trifling. They hate the fact that they don't know the truth, that they've been sitting up listening to all these 50 million ass bloggers who act like they know because they're in Memphis, or she don't know because she ain't no thug, and all that stupid shit. And all them people that y'all been running over there, blowing up their pages with likes and super chats and super stickers and here my cash app and 50 million damn near memberships, been feeding y'all bull crap the whole damn time. They don't blame him. Oh, Marcus didn't shoot. Marcus set him up. Marcus bullet hit. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Me and Jay, that ain't his kids. That ain't his babies. All that shit. And y'all was believing it. Believing that bull crap. Thank you, Kane Life. Y'all supported that. Y'all paid. Y'all paid them people for all that bullshit. And y'all act like y'all can't hit y'all almost got the F-bomb out of me. Yeah. So they over there saying this, that, and the other. The state didn't do good. They could have done better. They could have done better. But whatever they had planned, it got knocked down for the most part because of all these motions that these people right here motion to suppress that went into effect that we were not privy to. We cannot act like that was not a factor because it was. They had damn near 20 motions. So it seems minimal because of the motions. And people, we are thinking, okay, so what about this? What about that? What about this, that? Yeah, but that's not what got him to be charged. What got him to be charged is that Cornelius was picked up first. QUETTE put the police on Cornelius. Cornelius was beginning to be worrisome about that money. So he turned in as an informant, gave up Cornelius. Once Cornelius realized that he told on him based on whatever they told him in the room, right? He decided to tell on him. He was the one who brought me in. He was the one who asked me, did I want to make some money? He was my pill guy. He did this. He did that. Not Juke, not them. Yeah, I know that they said that it was CMG who put the hit out, but he is the one who solicited me. He's my D dealer. So once they started pulling up evidence, pulling records, phone records, they realized that what Cornelius was saying was lining up to him. Then it became a conspiracy. Does that make sense, everybody? So all of the other stuff, Cornelius wasn't privy to that because he didn't come into play until November. What he said is that he knew that there was rumors about it, yeah, but he didn't get pulled in until November. He didn't want to do the video. He put a mask on because he didn't want to be affiliated to what they had going on already, which is Trula Mafia. That's why he got the makeup on his face. He don't want his tattoo, which is coming. It's beginning to show right here, y'all. I told you. Yeah, it's his makeup is wearing off. Okay? That's why he got to keep his hands covered. He don't want that tattoo to be shown. Any other time, we could see him. We can't see him now. Okay? So everything regarding Trula is suppressed. Yes. So when they started going into them July conversations and all of this, that, there, and the other, that wasn't relevant. Because Cornelius wasn't a part of that. So yes, there was communication before Cornelius was brought into play. Cornelius wasn't a part of that because he had not solicited him at that point. His phone conversations in Texas did not come into play until the month of November. So this case right here against Cornelius is really between Cornelius and QUETTE, because QUETTE told on Cornelius. So yesterday when we heard Cornelius say, well, yeah, I mean, he gave me up, I'm going to give him up. It was him. It was him. He is the one. Yes, I met Bigjook, but I was going to see him because he pulled me in. All Bigjook said to Cornelius was the money is good. That's it. Even after the job was done, straight drop FaceTime Bigjook. So no one said that straight drop didn't communicate with Bigjook without QUETTE. Nobody said that. What Cornelius testified to is that he didn't have no communication with them. He had majority conversation with QUETTE. At some point, QUETTE told straight drop and Cornelius to exchange numbers. Then you saw that one text that one day, that one call that one day. And then after that, they started communicating. Only time that Cornelius tried to reach out to Bigjook is after they didn't come up with his money and he was trying to get his money and he sent an IG message. Because he did not have Bigjook's number. There was no communication by phone between Bigjook and Cornelius. They were all with him. And then straight drop. That's the gist of this case. That's the gist of this case. Because if it wasn't for him putting the laws on Cornelius, he would not have been implemented. Well, we don't know. But as far as straight dropping Cornelius and Jamarcus, because at that point, Cornelius didn't even know he was communicating with Jamarcus. He thought he was still communicating with straight drop. So that's the conspiracy. Had the snitch not put the popos on Cornelius, he may have escaped this part of it. But once Cornelius realized that he had put the laws on him, He told him everything. And he can't run from that. They don't have no. That's why he asked them, y'all didn't go to Pressure World? Y'all didn't go to Pressure World? What we need to go to Pressure World for? Y'all didn't check AutoZone? What we don't need, okay. It may have happened, but that's after. We're talking about before. The evidence with the phone conversations is enough to say, yeah, there is a conspiracy. Yes, he was actively a part of it. There was no communication between Cornelius and a Bigjook, and he did not lie. So whether he lied to his girlfriends all the time before, this time he did not lie. And the phone records and text messages line up to everything he said. And he is guilty as charged. As far as Cornelius goes, he is the mastermind because he solicited Cornelius. So with that, I do think a RICO is coming. I do think, yeah, a RICO gotta come. Something else has to come because this right here is merely just Cornelius and him, not the whole organization. So I understand to that degree why Chula Mafia was omitted, because Chula Mafia, as far as what QUETTE is saying, don't have nothing to do with it. It slightly does, because they was trying to take out Paper Route Woo. And that aspect of it could be the PRE and Trula, and it could have been the hit, because all QUETTE was trying to do was get paid off the hit, right? He was trying to get paid off the hit. And he sent the little old pill guy on a mission because he needed some pills. And then I guess when Bobby fell off, and I don't know what happened to QUETTE, not QUETTE, Teasy, he asked them, do you want to make some money? And then it became between him and STRAIGHTDROP. I don't know what happened to Teasy. Excuse me. And Cornelius can't tell us what happened to Teasy, because hell, at that point, he didn't even know who Teasy was. He was just a guy that was around QUETTE. So to implement Chula Mafia would be is a whole different can of worms that will have to come out in a federal case, because that is gang related with a lot of bodies. Okay, y'all, let me go put some food so we can be ready at 1 something. I don't even know what time it is. So that's the gist of it, y'all. And to try to make y'all kind of understand what's going on and how we got here. What time is it though? And why it appears that, hey, Silbert, does that make sense? Out of bondage, you speaking facts, ain't it? Okay, thank you. So does that make sense to some of y'all? Before I go, I just want to make sure it makes sense. I don't care what other people are saying. I don't care, because a lot of them ran on different narratives. A lot of them, have blamed some of everybody, including Marcus. And who was a hero to some degree was Marcus, because Marcus went ham. He unloaded one gun and ran and got the machine gun. And them same people out there saying, oh, he ain't do nothing, security, that was security. He ain't even shoot, he ain't, wasn't no bullets coming out of that gun. Just making up narratives. Just making up narratives. Yeah. They don't, it's hard for them people to touch on who is who and what is what because they don't know the games. And if they implement Joshua Taylor and pull his phone records with QUETTE, both of them are snitches, ain't no telling what the hell they gonna see. Let's be clear. Then you fuck around and see that QUETTE was in contact with Joshua Taylor the day before and the day he was unalived. Let's be clear. As Pola would say, let's be clear. Shout out to Pola. Yeah. So they intentionally suppressed a lot of that. It took 3 damn days. Jury selection, and damn near 20 motions to suppress. Yeah. And he was successful in getting a lot of that suppressed. But all you got is the granny. Hell, do you know if, because you tried to say put it in her hand. It don't matter. It don't matter if he got $500 or not. It don't matter. He still solicited him for a hit on Dolph. Whether $500 was in Granny's mailbox or not. He could have kept that, y'all. If that's the only witness, what happened to Trayon Ingram? Oh, he true. Oh, okay. He's a part of the gang he runs. Oh, yeah, so there would have been cross-examination. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so he not coming. He don't have nothing to say. Yeah, no, you don't want to fool with him no more. Oh, okay, I get it. That tattoo coming, I told y'all you can't play with AunTeaFee. Maybe it's Maybelline. Y'all, let me go. So I hope that makes sense to the tea sippers. Don't be fooled by all that other stuff. He is still guilty. The evidence, I don't care what type of loopholes, I don't care, because everybody else is trying to incorporate the big picture. This right here was to say he wasn't a mastermind, that he was more the middleman. The state said he was the mastermind with Cornelius. He was the middleman over the whole plot that started in July. Cornelius, who was the star witness against him, didn't come into play until November. So from November, when he started, when he was asked to make some money, he was the mastermind of that. And that's what he's guilty of. Now, to get to the bigger picture would be the RICO. And they've already threw out CMG and got it. That's a whole different case that has not come forth yet. Took a trip to Sephora. He needs to go get his money back, though, because where the hell it's been 2 days. He must didn't reapply it. Yeah, because it's coming through. I busted that ass, didn't the code crash out? He got on makeup. Cover girl. He's a cover girl model. Huh? He's a cover girl model. Maybe it's Maybelline. Mrs. Tom Haig, y'all man, took a trip to Sephora. Okay, y'all, don't be fooled by AunTeaFee. What you keep doing? I keep hitting my like button. to give.
Sometimes
I'm cool. I'm cool. I'll be back, y'all, for when they come back to who are lost and trolling. Yeah, but I'm not gonna mislead my tea sippers. I'll park in a minute. I'll park my thoughts and park my facts. You are not going to manipulate me. So let me eat something, y'all, and I will be back for part 2. I'm gonna change my thumbnail. Hell, I thought Trayvon was coming. Trayon Ingram. Yeah, cause boo, he got a case coming. He was charged for Anita Wilson. That was gonna open up a whole nother can of worms. If Trayon would have came in a straight drop, boo, cause both of them are True Mafia. And that would have been first time True Mafia would have been implemented. Okay, I'll be back, y'all. Go on over to, now I'm gonna change the thumbnail, but I already got one pinned for 3 something. I'm gonna change the time and I'm gonna change the, go ahead, all of y'all. So we won't have no pauses. All 87 of y'all that's in here, go over 82, go over to the thumbnail that I got set for today at 3:45. Cause soon as they come back at whatever, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, what time is it? I'm gonna click that one, 1 o'clock, and I resume. So go ahead and go on over there and hit the like button so I don't have to elevate my tone and get ignorant. Y'all need to start supporting the facts instead of that bullshit. See, I can go to my archives and reference facts. They can't do that. They go into their archives. It's going to be bullshit. You understand? See the difference? Respect the facts and up the bullshit.